This is 2HotRadio, the party app. I am your girl, Princess with the real, and I'm sitting down with yet another great artist. Y'all know I don't do no small talk, so we finna jump right on into it. I want you to introduce yourself to the people. Let the people know who you are and where you're from.
2HotRadio, what's up, man? It's Slicc Nicc. I'm from Dallas, Texas. You know, we repping from the Grand Prairie, Arlington area. We turning up. I got this music going. I got an EP out, top tier already. I performed for 2HotRadio on May 5th to the Cinco de Mayo. They already know Il Nana has been going crazy on the radio streams already. Y'all been spinning it for me. I really appreciate the blessing for that. You know, like we just working on this music out here. That's all.
Okay, so I like to go back to the beginning of time of when
Okay.
you first decided, this is something I wanted to do. How old were you when you said, you know what, I want to get into the music?
I was about 18. I was in Arkansas, Arkadelphia. Went to Henderson State. I was just got out of football practice. I was like, man, this football stuff ain't gonna work no more. I'm tired of being hurt. I'm tired of being tired, and I can't eat on time and stuff. Like, I just like this music. This music, I was doing it in my closet, making my own beats, and that's where I got my friend JB. He make beats for me at times, but we were in there, and he was like, man, you really got this talent. Like, you got a voice for it. So I took it serious. I moved back home about 2018, 2019, around that time. And then I came home and I just started going in for the music about 18, 19.
So at that age, what was it like that made you? First of all, I know you say football wasn't bringing the money and you were tired of getting hurt. But so outside of that, what else inspired you to be like, I want to get into music?
I come from a church background, so like I always was in a choir. So I really was inspired by rappers like Currency and Wiz Khalifa. So like that little lifestyle, I used to watch his day to days all the time, and it just made me really want to be able to do what I love every day instead of actually doing something just to make some money for my lifestyle. You know, I wanted to do what I love making money too, because it's not just about me. It's for generational wealth. So I have children, so I wanted to make sure I take care of them as well. So I wanted to have a plan
Okay.
that and do something that they see their father doing that they love. So when they get older, they could you take the same plan that I'm doing.
And that's great that, it's not just about you, it's about your family, but not even just about the money, it's doing something that you love. So
Exactly.
when you're doing your music and stuff, is this about your real life? What are you talking about in your music?
Everything I talk about is something that I've been through. So like most of my music is you can feel that I'm a passionate, intimate person because I talk about how I can be with a woman or how I've been with my children, you know, or try to talk about how I've
Hmm.
been broke before and built myself back up to a man that I know I can be, you know, or that's just the most of the things that I talk about. So yes, I can say that I talk about myself a lot and things that I've done in my
So you
music.
you giving your all to the people through your music.
Yes, I'm giving myself to the people. They can know who I am through my music, most definitely. So like that's why my name it really coincides with what it is, Slicc Nicc. They know me because I have a slick tongue. I can be smooth. I can be a smooth talker. I can do that. But I'm also a laid back dude. Also, I don't get to the rah rah. I don't do too much. I'm off the scene. I'm a father. I just like to be with my kids and my family.
And with that being said, I know, it takes money to get music out there, to get heard, to get, showcases and stuff like that. You got to really invest in yourself. And hearing that you have children, you have a family, how are you maintaining the home life as well as the music life and keeping everything going financially in both areas?
I seen my father do it. I just work. That's it. If I gotta take three jobs, I'll do it. You know, I don't care. I'll be a 9 to 5 man just to make everything work at the end of the day because like I said, it's not about me being the famous guy or being the most notarized. I really just want to make sure I maintain the household. You know, we all have a happy life. You know, I just want to make sure that really in all aspects that we know the main goal in life isn't about the money. It's about enjoying the path with the people that you come with. You know, it's that tight circle because it's gonna take a village.
Yes. Yes, and so that in regards to the village, a lot of people don't understand that it does take that village, and you have to have some support behind you. But
Yes.
also, people need to understand your city and where you come from because that helps to make the man that you are, and that helps people to understand, why you're so passionate about the things that you are. So I want you to take a minute and just tell me a little bit about your city, artists in your city who have came out, how the music industry is in your city right now.
In my city, Grand Prairie is a little small. Arlington, Dallas, though, it's a nice city. Dallas, with the music wise, it's a really cultivated city. It's just not togetherness. We're lacking a lot of togetherness within the city right now, especially because I feel honestly the Mo3 and the Trap Boy Freddy beef that they have going right now. It's just not a lot of togetherness with the artists. But always been a crab in a bucket game out here. You have to have that main support system always, like in this city for sure. So you're gonna have your true genuine fans. Then you're gonna get a little heat to your name. Then you're gonna have some, oh, I hear my playlist of kind of fans. You're not gonna really have too many general secure fans. It's different. A lot of people blow up here and move away. They never say that they're from Dallas or they really put Dallas on too much. You'll never know a lot
And
of
so
artists
for
are
you,
from
do
here.
you intend to do that? Do you intend to leave your city and not put your city on the map? Like, what
Definitely
is
not.
your plans?
Definitely
Okay.
not. I'll move away because you're never supposed to like stay where you are because people envy you. So, you never know. They envy you when you're broke. So like it's crazy. So most of the time I will move away, but I never not claim Dallas and anything. You're gonna hear me say something about Dallas in every interview, anything, song, anything I do, you're gonna hear about Dallas for sure.
So in regards to your city, who have you worked with in Dallas that are artists? And now here's the thing: is from different cities, they may not be known in other cities, but who
Mhm.
are those artists that are popping in your city that you've worked with, or if you want to work with?
I haven't done too many features right now. I'm just working on trying to get my sound heard, get my voice heard, because I know a lot of people have already been ahead of me. They've been more serious, but at the times when I was in college playing football. So right now, I was just really working on me. But a lot of artists that I would like to work with, I would like to work with Charles K. He's coming up. He's a hot artist coming up out of Dallas right now. He's a big mentor to me. He used to teach me a lot about the music. He went to Henderson State with me too as well, and he took off
Okay,
right after he left. He started doing his thing, and that's what motivated me also as well to go serious. I've known him most of my life, and
okay,
um, there was a lot to do with this artist named I can't think of his name because he changed his rap name. I can't remember his name, but there's another artist, Dolo Ken, I like to work with, another hot artist coming up out of Dallas area. They're still underground rappers like I am, lyrical. They're really into the mind. Not too much into the trap rap. I'm not into the trap rap wave. So like that's what most of Dallas is. So I pick and choose wisely what I do. I mess with a lot of singers, and a lot of them they don't have
okay.
a lot of names yet. They don't want to be known yet, so they don't really have names for themselves.
Okay, and now outside of your city, because I know there's people you want to work with outside of Dallas. Name some of those producers or artists that you're looking to connect with.
I definitely like to connect with Ricky P. He works with Taylor Gang. Like I said, Wiz Khalifa, Currency, J. Cole. I definitely love to mess with her, Janae Aiko. That would be perfect. Like those kind of artists like that, because I like women singers. I definitely like the way they give me back that Erica Badu vibes. I definitely like to mess with Erica Badu. Definitely would love to work with her in my out of my city. But outside, some more artists I like to work with. I even like to mess with Dirk. Dirk has a nice little voice, with the melodies. Drake for sure. Like those kind of artists
Okay.
like
Okay. And so, in regards to performances and stuff, I know you performed at 2HotRadio. Have you had any other performances outside of that as of right now?
Yes, I had a performance on April 16th with Three Money. I opened up for him. It was a show, a little small show out of Addison. It's a little small suburb in Dallas, Texas, up North Dallas. But it was a nice little turnout. I did what I had to do. I did exactly what I did to already. I turned everybody up, had a good time. Everybody enjoyed the vibes. Because this is my music is for everybody. It's not for a certain age range. Everybody can vibe out to it.
And so, and with that, so do you feel like you're getting the good responses that you were looking for when you put the music out?
Definitely. My streams go up every week by at least 80%. I will go from 25 to 125 to 125 to 325. Like I'm going up especially because KC Mama V Productions, that's my management. And see, she just really been promoting and pushing me like heavy. So like it's been a lot of me being seen on, the Instagram posts, Facebook, everything. Everybody's been seeing me more often. I've been getting a lot of turnout messages. Hey, bro, I've been seeing you around, explore page, everything. So that's been helping me a lot as well.
Okay, so your management does a lot of your marketing for you and supporting you. Outside of management, do you have other supporters who are out here pushing you?
Oh, of course. I have sisters, so they definitely push me like crazy. My mom, she'd play my music when she's working, so her friends are like, "Who is that? Who is that?" Man, my dad is crazy because I didn't think he would have accept me being a rapper like that. But my dad be pushing my music around all his friends. His homeboys see me, they be like,
Oh,
"Oh man, I see you, boy. You got us turned up at the little golf tournament thing." It's a little funny. So like I definitely have some good family support. My woman, she supports me really well. She also helps me with writing. She makes sure I know it's never slacking. She's like, you always got to stay on it. So that and all, it's just
that's
I
good
do
to
have some
have
good
that
close
support.
knits.
That's good to have that support from your immediate family. So that keeps you going, knowing that your immediate family is supporting you. But when it comes to like family and I mean outside of family, like friends and people you dealing with, do you feel like you get the support that you need from them as well, or do you feel like most of your support comes from family?
I have a few, that, and it's not about consistency for me. Like show love is when you feel given. It's free. It's not it don't cost a dime to give me any free love on social media to repost anything. So I'll say I have maybe like two or three consistent people, but other than that, it's mostly family. Most of my support
Okay.
comes from my close knit circle.
And now, does that ever get you down? Being in the music industry, some artists they start to get in their feelings, like people don't support me, I need to give up. Do you ever get down and out about, the lack of support from the outsiders outside of the family?
At the beginning, you kind of do. I can say that for sure. Like, I would at the beginning when you trying to drop like music like crazy, so you like people can hear you. You like, dang, okay, I'm doing all of this work and nobody's turning out. But at the end of the day, you got to remember you're not doing it for them to turn their head. Like the people that's gonna turn their head will turn their head. And that's when I started realizing like my sound was obviously gonna change. So my sound changed, and then like my music, my genuine supporters really just start pouring in. Like I start getting fans that aren't even from Texas, of course. That's how most of the time it starts. It takes people from
Mhm.
outside of your state or your city to hear
Yep.
you. So like
Yep.
it was crazy because I was on Instagram and I got mentioned in a story, and I thought it was like somebody that I knew, somebody from a whole nother state. Like, hey man, check out this dude. I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, that's crazy. It just really shocked me, and that's when I realized like I knew it was gonna come from outside before it came within.
Yep. And it always happens that way. You're not gonna get as much love in your city up front as when you go to the outside of your city. That's when you're gonna start seeing the money pour in and all of
Yes,
that. So with that being said, if you had to leave your city, what city would you be thinking about going to?
definitely. My number one is Seattle, Washington. Number one.
Okay.
That's the number
Okay.
one. I'm
And
definitely
why
going.
you say Seattle?
I say Seattle, Washington because I definitely been there multiple times. That's my place to like relax. It's like it's a cool little nice scene by the water. City not too big, but it's not too small. And that THC connoisseur, so it's legal there. That's where I go to clear my mind. I chill, rain. I don't like being outside too much anyway. I'm not an introvert, but I'm not too much on fun. Don't get out too much. The world crazy. So I
Mhm.
chill.
Yeah.
So, so that's where it's a perfect place for me. It's cool. I like the snow. I like all the little vibes out there. It's really nice.
And so in hearing that, you got kind of like that chill vibe, and you like to chill. In regards to studio time, when you're in the studio, what is your process to getting up to that mic and spitting them bars? What is your process to get there?
So most of the time when I come to the studio, they already know I'm ready to work. I come prepared. My everything, my raps already written. I already have everything done. My beats, I already have it timed out what I need. So I'll go in there probably about I'll go over some of the songs. I let them play me some beats while I'm smoking in the little smoke room they have. I probably smoke me about three to myself. just chill, learn, go hit it, do about 2 hours, 3 hours about some music straight. Let them mix and master them all and listen. Cause I don't ever book nothing under 4 or 5 hours. So I'm either going
Okay.
5 to 8. So I'm usually in there for a while, just letting him do his thing.
Also, so you go to the studio and you say, okay, I'm finna lay this track down. I want y'all to mix and master. I want it all to be done today.
All now, none. I want it all now. Cause like
Oh
that's the
wow.
faster I can produce the music. Like or I can have it in stock at least. Like I definitely have plenty of music in store. That's the thing. That's why it's supposed to be. If you're not like that, then you're not serious about it, to be honest. And I just have to have it in
That's
all.
true.
I just have to have it all ready because you never know when you might have to release something. He might lose his computer. He might lose his chip. You gotta always have something ready to drop. That's just how I
So
feel.
you keep your backups as well. You don't just keep it at the studio.
I keep my own chip as well. I keep my own.
That's smart. That's smart because some people they leave it somewhere and they don't have copies of it. Somebody else lose it and now you lost your work.
All of it gone. It can't be like that. I learned that discipline from football. That's why I said the discipline coincides with the music as well. You got to learn how to prioritize your stuff and know how to do things on your own at times, because if not, it ends up being your responsibility also as well in someone else's hands, because you're supposed to be responsible for that, even if you got to ask
Yep.
them every day.
And so I know you say you got a lot of music out. How long do it take you to put a track together? Like how long when you get that beat? How long do it take you to be like, oh, this is what I'm doing?
I can say I wrote 3 songs in probably like 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, because the hook, that's me. I told you I've come from a choir background, from the church choir. So singing a hook or making a hook is quick. I like poetry as well. That's something I'm big into. I'm a reader. I read a lot of books. Read a lot of books. So poetry and get into a hook, I can make a hook in 5 seconds. That's the easy part. The bars, so I can freestyle so here and there. There times I gotta really feel myself, but that's how I come up with my writing. I write a lot. Coming up through my parents, they used to make us write book reports for no reason. So writing, the process doesn't take me too long. Once I get in that catchy mood, I can make 3 or 5 songs and I'll be up all night just making more, just finding more and
Oh
more.
wow.
Yeah, so I had to
So
stop
and
myself.
so if you had to like guesstimate, because I know when people have so much music out there, they don't always know how many. But if you had to guesstimate, how many tracks you got out right now?
Out publicly, I have probably about like 11 or 12. Out in my own care, I have about like 80 to 95 right now. So
Okay,
like
okay.
altogether, I'm definitely in 100 something. I'm trying to build up to where I'm at 500 before the end of the year. That's how I'm
And now,
feeling.
so what is your plan to do with the music that is not out yet? What is your plans behind that?
I'm definitely gonna drop those as albums or EPs. Me and my A&R, we just listening to them, timing them out. Like, is it time for this song to come out yet? I really have a person that knows that kind of that thing that when it's time to drop this kind of song, when it's this kind of mood. Like, so that's how I am a bit. I really take that from Drake though. Like I give him his credit because he knows when to drop like the perfect song at the perfect moment. He'll drop a catchy summer song. He'll drop a catchy winter song. It's like it's crazy. So that's
Okay.
how I do it. I'm timing them out pretty much.
Okay, so I know where you are now. Let's discuss, what are your plans for the future? Like where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I could see myself definitely being in the music game, even as more than an artist, like as a writer. I can definitely write music really well. I can definitely be an A&R because I have an ear for all kinds of music. I'm not just a one genre man. I've definitely tapped into house music from London, or I definitely tapped into a little dubstep. I grew up in a diverse area, so I've heard a lot of different sounds. I can definitely be in the music industry somewhere though. Also,
So what I'm hearing from all of that is that you are artist right now,
mhm,
but you just basically want to be in the music industry, however it be, and you're willing because you got the talent to do multiple
definitely.
things in the industry.
I'm a business minded man. Let me get my foot in the game and let me see what they do just for about 2 weeks, and I'll do it 10 times better for the next 5 years. You're gonna be like, who is this dude? Why we haven't heard? That's how I am. That's how I feel about myself. So And if you don't feel like that about yourself, to be honest, you just not where you need to be at. And that's all honesty.
And I was just about to say, I love the confidence because you don't hear a lot of people as confident in themselves, in their work, and their abilities. So that confidence is going to take you far because regardless of what anybody say, you know who you are and you know what you can deliver.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the whole motive. You got to know who you are as a person. And for a long time, I'm not gonna lie. It's beginning you were growing up into being an adult. You know, you struggle a lot trying to learn who you are because you learning by yourself, you feel like. But don't forget those roots. As much as those roots you feel like they hurt you, but don't forget them because those are ones that's what builds you, make you stronger. That's how you find out about yourself. And that's why I can
Yes,
say
I am
moving away.
so.
Go what you say, go ahead.
I was gonna say I am so big on never forgetting where you came from. Like,
Definitely.
you can grow, you can get past everybody that was there with you, but don't forget and start shitting on them because you done made it and elevated. Like, never forget that because that, like you just said, it made you who you are.
Exactly. Definitely.
And
I
so
was
you were about to say with leaving the city. What was you about to
uh,
say with leaving the city?
man, I was because I left at 17. I went early to college. I was young, so I wasn't even 18 yet. So I'm out there living on my own. Can't work because NCAA doesn't allow you to work as an athlete. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot with that. You hungry. You start realizing, okay, I gotta really prioritize time to eat. I'm on a real schedule, like. So you start learning a lot about yourself. I remember there was nights where I was like, "Damn, this is my last pack of noodles. What I'm gonna do after this?" My calf card running low. I'm asking the coach, "Hey, coach, you think y'all can throw us an extra 100 on the calf card? We need, it's just times like that." And that's what made me
Mm-hmm.
realize, like, I don't I never settled, but I also wanted to do something out of my hand. My destiny was never in somebody's hands. Also, like that's what made me realize I wanted to do something where if I didn't succeed or I didn't have it, it was on me. So I put it like that's how I wanted.
And I love that mentality. I am the same way, just because, like you said, the things that we went through as a youngin, it built us to be like that. And I feel like that's a great mentality to have
Mhm.
because a lot of people these days, they feel like, oh, I got these people in my corner. They looking out for me. They gonna make it happen for me. No, you got to make it happen for you. And if it don't happen, you can't blame nobody else.
Exactly, exactly. Why would you
So
want somebody
I
to
love
blame?
that mentality.
Exactly. It's a great mentality to have. It's gonna make you into a really strong, successful person. Definitely got to have my
And so
coach.
with all of yeah,
You heard.
show that D.
Yeah, that's definitely a line in my raps. I said I always gotta start my morning with a blunt and Folgers.
So, and with all of that, I want the people to know where they can find your music, where they can, follow you at, what you got coming up. Let's get into some of that right now. Like,
Okay,
so your music, where's all your music at right now?
all of my music is definitely on every platform, but I'll give you a direct link to it. It's slicknick.info. That's it. It's easy. Slick with two C's, Nick with two C's, .info. You can find all of my music, my videos and my performances are on there. It's all there for you to go find. But I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, everything that you can find, SoundCloud, everywhere. So
Okay.
with that being said, my upcoming project is gonna be called Slick and Soothing, and it's more of a I have it's called Slick and Soothing. But
I'm
it's
like, where
really
that name come from now? Slick and Suited.
and I actually come from the Slicc Nicc, derived from the that's where the slick come from. But soothing, it's like more of a relaxed vibe this summer. I'm not trying
Okay.
to. I might have a few. It's gonna be up and down. It's a nice little smoking vibe, but it's also a storyline about how, like, I'm usually a dude that's smoking. I'm not really letting a woman play with me, but this is a certain woman. I met and she's gotten me being more intimate than I'm usually used to being, and more into my emotions in my mind, and then usually I'm out here trying to have to carry the God complex. She's trying to make me go back to the roots that I'm certain from. So
So you really dropping knowledge in your music.
yes,
You
man,
making people
definitely,
think.
exactly, definitely. I definitely feel like the 90s home R&B vibe, you know, like you wake up and it's time to clean up, you know, you definitely know type, you know, there's something like that. I'm trying to do that something. So again, for a new generation though, new
And
vibe,
I
new home.
like that because I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm one of those people who kind of like stuck in the times. So I'm still old school because the new
Exactly.
music, I feel like it all sounds the same. Everybody's talking about the same stuff. Like I like the knowledge type songs. Make me think about my past. Make me think about what I've been through. Even if it's
Definitely.
somebody else's story, I can relate to it. It make me want to like the music.
Exactly. Definitely.
So I like the concept that you're doing. I'm gonna have to check out the music. I'm gonna have to check it on out.
Definitely go check it out. You go check out the EP, a top tier. I tell you right now, it's definitely a catchy vibe. It's been a nice project for sure that people tapped in. They've also given me great feedback. I've made over 1,000 plays on it already. So I dropped it in November
Okay.
2020. It was a nice turnout though. It's been nice so far. I'm almost at the full year of it being out. So it's really it's
So
really
what's
been a
your
nice.
next plan?
My next
What's
plans
next
are
for you?
my next plans is to finish to I really trying to win this 2HotRadio competition.
Hey.
So I went there. Yeah, I'm trying to get up there. I know the judges was feeling me. I know I turned it out. The freestyle. I went up there and did it. I should have won. I ain't gonna tell nobody though. This is between me. It's all good. But I enjoyed myself. But I did just tell everybody. I don't care. It's all good. But for what's next, I have the performance for May 8th, I believe, or is it just going to the event?
It's just you have you going to the LA event, but you have a couple of promotional.
Just the promotional events
you
coming
have
up.
some
Okay,
sponsorship.
so you're gonna be out there networking. What area you gonna be
Exactly.
networking in?
I'll be networking in Atlanta, definitely for sure, and then I'm gonna network out in
Okay.
LA before the BET and stuff like that for the and the 2HotRadio stuff like that. I'm just gonna be networking, getting them, meeting different
Okay.
people.
And when you
You
come to
going to
Atlanta, let me
BT?
know. Let me know when you're gonna be here in Atlanta, and I can see what's going on in Atlanta during that time. See if maybe I can help you with getting some other interviews set up. There, I know plenty of different podcasts
Okay.
that do interviews. Of course, they all charge a fee, but I would set you up with people that I know got connections and that can
Okay.
help you get the exposure you need.
Great. I appreciate that. I'll definitely make sure to contact you because I need that. I love
Yeah.
that. I appreciate that support.
No problem. We got to look out for each other. That's what it's all about. And so, with that
Definitely.
being said, I want people to know where they can follow you at as well, where they can find you on all platforms to continue to hear your story and to hear what you got going on.
You can follow me at Instagram at Slicc Nicc, Facebook is Slicc Nicc, Twitter is Slicc Nicc, and you can go ahead and find all of my pages on slicknick.info as well. Like I said, Slick with two C's, Nick with two C's .info. All of my stuff is on there. Social medias, my music pages, EPK, Banzu, it's all on there.
And now, in regards to you and your artistry, I know you have a manager and doing a great job at managing and getting everything done for you. Is there anything that you're looking for that you need as part of your team to keep things going smooth the way you got it? Are you missing anything?
In reality, no, I'm not. You know,
Okay.
the dream team, we get it together. Like you don't need too many people. I feel like a lot of mind pieces, a lot of people start coming in and they'll start trying to do their own thing, and if it doesn't go their way, like they start getting feelings tied into it and stuff like that. So it's just best to keep with what you got going. And now if the work when the work starts becoming overload, then it'd be like, okay, who's our most trusted person that we could feel like keep the ship going because we don't want to hit
Okay.
any more icebergs. We are already independent, it's a can't hit too many stops. Got to keep pushing the train.
Yes. And, Aaron, speaking on your management, I like to hear from you on how you feel about, having someone, helping to manage your career and the direction that it's going in. Like if you were speaking to an artist who don't have management and who's trying to do it on their own, give us from your perspective, what is that feeling of having a manager when it comes to your career?
It's really a big turnout difference actually because artist development is a big thing with having a manager. It's turns you to a more professional person than being how you were before. Before I was really just out here floating, promoting here and there. My followers were staying stagnant, stuff like that. I wasn't really catching too many eyes. And it was crazy because I thought I was doing enough. I'm like, man, I'm out here, I'm grinding, I'm tired from doing this. Again, I don't even like social media, but my manager, she just gives you that extra push as a manager should to be more business minded. Like this, if they ask you for such and such tomorrow, you gonna have it. And that's the thing. I was like, okay, if I can't get her task done, I ain't gonna get no task done for no labels or anything. I gotta be able to get her task done first. So I went back to like I said, the discipline that she made me think about. She said, go back to the discipline you had with the college football and put that same into this. And I had to. I was like, wow, I got to start off small. Let me chew these little tasks up that she giving me first. Let me take these small bites. And then it would build from there. So she really just puts you in a good place to, get your mind right first before, is this what you really want? And if this is what you really want, you got to treat it like your everyday life, which you have to.
So, in your opinion, you feel like a manager is very much needed to help you to transition as an artist.
Definitely. If you want to be known internationally and not just locally or in the United States, you definitely need a manager.
And speaking of, look, you pointed out something that a lot of people don't point out. Most people like, oh, okay, I want everybody in the U.S. to know who I am. You
No,
say internationally.
I want to be known internationally. I want to be known internationally, definitely. I want the whole world to know who I am. It's a big thing to see yourself on a board or something on a slideshow in Japan than seeing yourself in New York, because you can see yourself in New York anytime. It's easy to call somebody out there and like put my ad up on there. You can't call nobody from Japan and like put my ad up because they don't know what you're talking about. Unless you reach somebody that knows that. So that's why I said I want to be known everywhere. I want people to feel my influence, knowing it's just not for just my black people struggle.
Hmm.
It's just for anybody. Is there anyone to
Anybody.
cope to?
Okay. And I like that. I like the whole mentality. I like your whole aura. It just seems like, you're focused. You know what you want in life. You're not going to let nobody detour you and change your opinions. I can feel that vibe from you. And people like that are the people who strive and get to where they want in life because you have the drive to do what you need to do to get there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. I
So
thank
I can't wait to see and have a new interview with you in the years to come about where you are at that point because I can see you going somewhere.
you. Definitely,
Just
I
keep your music
appreciate that.
true to who you are now. Like, don't
Yeah.
switch it up once you get
Oh,
on now.
never. Oh, never. I'm gonna always stay true to myself. That's one thing my father always let me know: stay true to myself. And I shout my dad out right now. Appreciate Cornelius Gibson because he kept it real with me as a man and taught me how to be a real one. So I'm never gonna switch up from who I am ever.
Okay, that's good because I hate to switch up in the game because when it comes to the music industry, it's like we liked you for who you was and then you got on and now you're dressing different, you're acting different, you're talking different. Like I
Mhm.
don't like people to do that, so I don't want you to switch up. But at the same time, while you give it shout outs, is there anybody else you want to shout out?
I shout out my son, Nico Kiko, my daughter, Mackenzie, my girl, Kalia. Shout out my manager, Casey Mama B. You can follow her at Casey Mama B on everything. And my immediate family, the Gibsons, all of y'all. I love everybody. Shout out. Shout out Dallas, Texas.
Yes, you got to give your people your love. It's always good to shout out to people so they don't feel like, oh, he done got on and forgot to say my name. He shouted out his daddy, but he ain't shout out nobody else.
Definitely. I definitely already know. My
Well,
mama
I
definitely would
appreciate
have
you.
been salty.
You said, what about your mama?
My shit definitely would have been salty.
Oh, yeah. See, and I ain't want none of that. I already know how it goes.
You hear me? Not for real.
I want everybody to know that you appreciate them. The ones, because the fact of the matter is, like you said, you don't have a lot of support outside of
Exactly.
your family. So it's good to let the ones know that are supporting you that you appreciate it.
Definitely. I gotta let all of them know. I let them know every day. I might not let them know as much as often as I should, because I get busy at times. But I definitely try to let them know as much as I can that they how important they are to me.
Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for doing this interview with me today, opening up to the people, letting the people know who you are. Because I'm the type of person who feel like people got to know your story, know a little bit of your background to understand your music, to resonate with you, and it makes them stick along a little bit longer when they know a little bit about you. To feel like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, he genuine, or just to feel you out a little bit. So I think this will be good for the people to hear and understand that you here, you ain't planning on going nowhere.
Exactly. I don't plan on going nowhere. I'm gonna be here for the next 5, 10, 15. They're gonna hear me. They just gonna have to. If they don't like it,
Yes,
they got to deal with it.
yes. And on that note, before we end this, I want you to say one more time where people can find you to continue to follow your journey.
Find me at slicknick.info. Slick with 2 C's, Nick with 2 C's.info. You'll find my Instagram, Twitter. You'll find my Facebook, all of that. Go ahead and lock me in. Go tap into the music. Go look me up. Go look up top tier. Go tap into that music. Enjoy. And then prepare for this new album coming out, this new EP, Slick and Soothing. I swear y'all gonna enjoy. Y'all gonna vibe out this summer. Slick Nick from Dallas, Texas.
Y'all heard it. Slicc Nicc from Dallas, Texas, with your girl Princess with the Real on 2HotRadio, the party app.
Let's get it.